escort. So I was probably like 19, maybe 20. I'm not sure. I was definitely out of high school. And there was a high school party going on. It was graduation night for maybe 2 years below me. And my sister wanted to go to the party. Of course, I was going too, because all my buddies are going to be there and everything. And we head out. We got 2 cases of Southpaw. I don't know if you ever drank that shit, but it's pretty fucking disgusting. And I'm driving a green 1995 Ford Escort stick shift. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, baby. So we go to this party, and like I've got a mortal enemy. Not anymore, but at the time, like growing up and stuff, me and this other dude, Josh Jones, we used to get into shit all the time. We were friends sometimes, and then we would be fighting sometimes. And it would just randomly pop up. Like I'd be at a party or something, he'd show up, we get into it, that kind of thing, and several other incidences when I was a kid. So we're at the party, and my sister's hammered, and he's trying to hit on her and shit. And I pushed up, and I was like, "Hey man, back up off my sister." You know, I usually don't get involved in that kind of. That's her business, not my business. But that dude, fuck that guy, and I didn't want him. He's just an asshole. So we leave the party kind of early, but I was real fucked up already. I was pretty fucked up. So we're coming down this Mount Zion Road, which is a real curvy back road in Smithville in the county, right outside of town. So we're coming down that road, and I see blue. I go around this curve, and I see blue lights, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, there's a roadblock." And I already had 2 DUIs at that point, so if I get a 3rd DUI, that's a felony. And I was like, "Oh shit," you know, like that means I go to prison and all this kind of stuff, which is not what ended up happening when I eventually get one. But that was my instinct was, "Oh shit, I'm gonna get a felony." And the risk reward is if I run from the cops and get away, at least I don't get the DUI and get the felony. You know, like they'll get me for evading the next day because I have my tag number and everything, but they won't get me for DUI that night. So I whoop it around, and I tell myself, I was like, "Put your seatbelt on." And I was so super drunk. Should not have been doing this shit. Take off, man. And I was going 95. And it's Smithville Hatley Road and Mount Zion Road. There's a 4-way stop, and it's like a hill right there. And I'm flying, man, and I didn't check up at all. Whoom! And the car jumps, and I like Dukes of Hazzard style. Fucking wham! And my sister screaming and shit, but blowing through that stop sign got me away from the cops. They wouldn't do it. They slow down, you know. They won't just plow through that stop sign for fear of killing somebody or something. Which I should have done too, but I was fucking stupid crazy, man. So, right, like there's a little bit of a straightaway for about a mile, and then there's a real sharp curve. And they had just slagged the driveway, and so there's gravel all out in the curve. So as I go around this curve, and I hadn't, like, it said 95 when I was looking at it. Fucking slide sideways like this, and the ass end catches that gravel and makes it lose traction and like fully get perpendicular to the road, you know what I mean? And there's a huge ditch. I mean, it's probably 10, 15 feet deep right there going that way, the way I'm facing. So, like, I go around the curve, and then I'm in straight with the ditch and catch traction, and it shoots me down, like, right down into the ditch. And I didn't have my seatbelt on, and I ate the windshield full on. And, like, when we went and looked at the car later, you know, like the needle things you could see your hand in or whatever, you could see my whole face in the imprint, my nose, and like see how my nose is crooked and shit, or what this way. You could see everything, all my features in the glass. It was fucked up, but it knocked me out, man. So I was unconscious for I don't know how long, and I come to, and I'm looking down like this. Blood is dripping off of my face, just pouring off my face. And I look over, and my sister's yelling at me and everything. And she's okay. Just she had like bad rash, you know, from the seatbelt or whatever. And the airbags went off and everything. But I missed them all because I didn't have a seatbelt on. So it's like I flew sideways or crossbody. It was fucked up. And so I'm like, in that time since I'd had to wreck, the cops, like they don't even catch up till I'm out of the car, I think. So I was unconscious for a while, wake up, start fighting my way out of the car, but it's sitting like this, man. It's like, look, I got this thing. Here we go. It's like this in the ditch. So I fucking climb out and like I fell down into the gully, like submerged in water and all that, because I got a bad concussion. My face was all swollen, my eye was shut, and I was fucked up. So I'm trying to climb out of the ditch, and it just rained recently, and so like it's real muddy, and I keep falling. Like I'll get on my feet, try to climb the ditch, and then fall. And my sister's already up there by the road. She tried to help me one time, but there's no way she could help me out, and because I was so drunk, plus major concussion, all that kind of shit. And I remember this one time, like I'm leaning on the car, I'd fallen down the ditch again, and I'm leaning on the car, and that's when the cops pull up, and they're like, "Put your fucking hands up," and I whipped my head up like this, and I remember seeing blood just go whoosh, like in a big stream behind my head. It was fucked up, man. And the cop, I'm like, "I'm sorry, man, I can't move, like I'm fucked up." And they're like, "Well, we're not gonna help you out of there." So I had to crawl out of the fucking after, like, it's a horrible accident, man. It was fucked up. So get out of the ditch. And the ambulances, they're like, I told my sister, I was like, "Tell them I'm feeling dizzy and my neck hurts or some shit," to keep them from trying to give me the breathalyzer and all that. I don't know. I was just thinking like that. So the ambulance comes and they strap me to the board, and then I start getting the spins. Like, I'm about to throw up. I'm going to throw up. I'm sick. Oh my God. But I never did. I never threw up, but I kept getting the spins over. And it's probably part of the concussion too. And they wouldn't let you go, they won't let you go to sleep. So they keep, like, every time I drift off, they'll poke me with some shit. Wake up. You can't go to sleep. So I finally get to the hospital and everything, and they don't do anything for me. They just left me strapped to that board for, I don't know, it felt like an hour or two, and I had to pee really bad. So I started like ripping the straps and shit off of me and getting loose so that I could use, and there wasn't a bathroom in there, so they had those big medical sinks, so I pissed in the sink. And then about that time, that's when my mom and my stepdad come, and they're like, "It's been too long to give you a DUI. Like, so much time has gone by, they can't give me the breathalyzer. If they give me the breathalyzer, it just won't be a DUI because I'll be sober enough." So they give me like all these tickets for reckless driving, public endangerment, fucking all kind of crazy shit, failure to yield to blue lights. It was like 6 or 7 tickets. It was a bunch of them. And then we get to, I forget how long it took, but we get to court date. And Dirk had, he'd worked something out with the guy. I think that cop ended up killing himself later. Yeah, he saw some fucked up shit or something, and he blew his brains out because of it. Sure did. But they dropped all the charges, so I didn't even get a DUI that time. And that's the escort.